Welcome to Trip Coverlet, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Ford, and we're here for another poetry discussion. This poetry discussion coming to us from Charles Bukowski in The People Look Like Flowers at Last. Of the 4 Bukowski collections that I have read, this is probably my least favorite, but there's still things to talk about herein. I have new videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the channel, and if I do anything in this video, or if you just like discussions of poetry, hitting that like button really helps me out here on the channel. You're cockeyed. New videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on this channel. Mondays are for poetry. I also have 3 videos every week on my personal channel, a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday there as well. A link to that can be found in the description below. The poem in question today is called Poem for My Daughter. I spoon it in, strained chicken noodle dinner, junior prunes, junior fruit dessert. Spoon it in, and for Christ's sake, don't blame the kid. Don't blame the government. Don't blame the bosses or the working classes. Spoon it down into that little mouth like melted wax. A friend phones. What are you going to do now, Hank? What the hell do you mean, what am I going to do? I mean, you got responsibility now. You got to bring the kid up right. I feed her instead. Spoon it in. May she achieve a place in Beverly Hills with never any need for unemployment compensation, and never have to sell to the highest bidder, and never fall in love with a soldier or a killer of any kind. And may she appreciate Beethoven and Jelly Roll Morton and beautiful dresses. She's got a real chance. There was once the Theoric Fund, and now there's the Great Society. Are you still going to play the horses? Are you still going to drink? Are you still going to... Yes. She is a waving flower in the wind and the dead center of my heart. Now she sleeps beautifully like a boat on the Nile. Maybe someday she will bury me. That would be nice, if it weren't a responsibility. Oh, the poem, I think. I think that a lot of times when we think of Chuck, when we think of Charles Bukowski, when we think of Henry Chinaski, it is difficult to imagine them as people. We get them so often through tales of tribulation. We get them so often through stories of fuckery. We get them so often through the things they have done wrong. We get them so often through things they have ruined. Hard to think that way in this poem. But the speaker here intends on making us. Are you still going to drink? Are you still going to do this? Are you still going to do that? Yes. Yes, I am. And immediate laughter. He shows us that this little girl is the center of tells us this little girl is the center of his heart. One of the ways that it is difficult to envision the speaker, Chinaski, or the poet, Bukowski, as a person, is it's nearly impossible to envision them as children themselves. It's nearly impossible to envision them as children themselves because, like I said, the ways through which we most often get them communicated to us are through unfavorable means, and we don't like to think of children in that way. We don't like to think that children came from people like Bukowski. But they did. So where did it go wrong? Where did it go so wrong? I think we have a couple of hints here. I think we do. The first thing that he wishes for her, technically the second, but they're connected for some reason in Bukowski's mind. He wishes for her a place in Beverly Hills, but also that she never have any need for unemployment compensation. What we have here is the struggles of the individual through his personality. Bukowski did not just find himself, Chinaski did not just find himself unemployed from time to time. He was fired because he was an asshole. Fired because he did not fit in. Fired because of who he was. let me see something here. So if I can find this real quick, I'll bring it up and read it. But so a lot of the, if I can do it this way, I'll just do it this way, screw it. 11 signs that you might be a Sigma person. Bukowski, and thereby Chinaski, was most likely the Sigma type personality. This is a terribly written. 1, you're hard to get. So this is an article called 11 Signs You Might Be a Sigma Person from Angel Urado. I'm just going to read through the numbers here to get a sense of the Sigma type personality and what that means. 1, you're hard to get. Usually, when people have commented something about you, the comment is of that it's sort of hard to get you arises. You are no stranger to people looking at you strangely and intrigued at the same time. Check. Number 2, you do your own thing at your own pace with your own rules. Check. 3, you could be the alpha. An important characteristic of a Sigma is that they could develop and perform for some time all the qualities of an alpha. However, this position doesn't fit well with them for the long run because of exposure. Attention to losing flexibility of the role. If you remember, Chinaski is the same character in Post Office. In Post Office, Chinaski gets the job on the post office and does everything. Boom, 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 boom. Really good at his job. At times, incredibly personable. These are alpha qualities. Number 4, you don't say much. So on the very previous page to this, the chapter intro to this, while most people converse it all away, I write it down. So that's right here. So this one, in The People Look Like Flowers at Last, there are chapters of poems, and they each have this little stinger at the beginning. And ironically enough, right before this is the stinger, while most people converse it all away, I write it down, saying he doesn't converse it away. He keeps it, and he writes it down. He doesn't talk much. He doesn't say much. Number 5, you were a bit of a rebel. Check. Number 6, you get a lot of attention. Hard to read Bukowski's poems and not understand that there's other people looking at him. Number 7, you hate when someone imposes on your lifestyle. Here we have a poem about a daughter imposing on his lifestyle, but he's still going to drink and he's still going to do the horses, right? Still going to play the horses. Number 8, you have your own look. If you have ever seen Charles Bukowski, you understand that is most definitely the truth. Just Google the son of a bitch. Number 9, you like different things and you share them openly. Probably with Bukowski, too openly. If you go just 2 poems back in this, he's talking about a girlfriend who kisses him away, right? If you've ever read that poem, you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. 10, you fit anywhere. Because you don't demand power and because you don't require leadership, you can blend in and out of lots of groups easily and fluidly. Well, Bukowski did have a need for unemployment because he blended in and out of lots of different workplaces fluidly. But not for long, right? That's one of the keys to the Sigma personality. Number 11, you are very adaptable, but you don't always utilize that skill. How ironic with what I was just saying. You are very adaptable, but you don't always utilize that skill. Bukowski, and hereby Chinaski, often sort of flipping the script. Why? Because I'm done fitting in. I'm through with it for now. Thank you very much. I'm going to go home and have a beer. So the part of that which is necessary, you are very adaptable but don't always utilize that skill. The responsibility for the Sigma type personality, it gets to you. The responsibility part, you know what? It's fine and dandy to have responsibility. I don't want this one, not right now. I'll see you later. Maybe someday she will bury me. That would be nice if it weren't a responsibility. Here is Bukowski, Chinaski, wishing upon his daughter the same very thing, the same very high qualities of the Sigma personality, with none of the the low qualities of the Sigma personality. I hope she doesn't get fired all the fucking time, because it sucks, right? And I hope she outlives me, because that's cool. But I hope she doesn't have to have the problems with responsibility. Maybe that's too much. Maybe we can forego that. So here we have essentially a poem where Bukowski, Chinaski, I keep doing it, the Sigma type personality, hoping very hard that he's raising an alpha type personality. Here we have Chinaski hoping all of the, I hope she fits in where she wants, basically. And I hope she does all the things she wants. I think that it is the great wish of the Sigma type personality that all of their loved ones be alpha type personalities. Why? Because the Sigma can be the alpha type personality, as our article from Angel here exhibits. The Sigma type personality can absolutely be the alpha type personality, but he or she will not want to always be the alpha type personality. In fact, sometimes the Sigma type personality will not want to be a personality. But the Sigma type personality understands, recognizes in his or herself the fact that it's, look, that's not desirable. Nobody wants someone who needs to disappear every once in a while. No one wants someone to be as undependable as am I. That is what the Sigma type personality understands. So he or she wishes for all of his or her loved ones to in fact be alphas, because and look, even if they don't think about it in that fashion, they understand what it entails. Everyone understands what this entails. The only reason that alpha, sigma, beta, omega type personalities are useful in speech is because they actually point to real people. Now, it is important to understand that these are things which can be recognized but not emulated. This is where a lot of people get into trouble. You are the beta type personality, which is not bad, and you want to pretend you're an alpha. That becomes bad. You are a sigma type personality and you want to pretend to be the omega type personality. That becomes bad. Unlikely, because sigmas aren't really the types to pretend, but it would be bad. So these things being useful in their own regard points back to the poetry behind it, in that what we're really looking at here is a description. What we're really looking at here is a description. We are wishing upon the one that we love to be some type of, I hope I do a good enough job spooning this goddamn strained chicken noodle dinner, or junior prunes, or junior fruit desserts, whatever the hell it is. I hope I do a good enough job at this, that this baby becomes an alpha type personality. That is all I have for this poetry discussion. I have poetry on this channel every Monday, new videos on this channel, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you hit that like button, it really helps me out here on the channel. If you enjoy this type of thing, make sure that you are subscribed, because I try to do this 3 times a week, like I say. And if you like me screaming into the camera sort of wholeheartedly and half-mindedly, there's a link to my personal channel in the description below as well, where I talk about nonfiction and I talk about movies, and I do Ask Adrian Anything, stuff like that. So if you enjoy this, make sure you join me over there as well.